I will tell you about Bangkok today. Firstly, how to get to Bangkok. Considering a flight from Bali, it will cost you approximately $150. Russian citizens can stay without any visa for 60 days. You can ask your visa agent about your citizenship and conditions. What is Bangkok in a nutshell? It's a noisy, contrasting metropolis where everyone can find anything he is looking for. Cultural entertainment, gummy bears, Ladyboys, dark side, nightlife, history, Thai food, perfect massage, and shopping. The first contrast I noticed after coming to Bangkok from Bali, where I live actually for a while, was the huge, absolutely gigantic roads where everything is mixed up together, like motorbikes, cars, scooters, tuk-tuks, and several different types of metro. Everything buzzes, everything moves, and at night the city drowns in lights. The population is about 10 million people compared to 13 million in Moscow, but for me personally, it didn't feel as crowded while I was living in Moscow. But one thing I want to emphasize is how clean is here on the streets. No one other Asian or Turkish metropolis can beat Bangkok in cleanliness. For example, the dirtiest and the dustiest cities I've ever been to were Jakarta, Kuala Lumpur, and even Istanbul. Major part of districts are dirty there as well. But Bangkok is unlike anything I've ever seen. It combines the best of bustling metropolis and virgin nature. As for me, that's the best combination ever. Weather, currency, language, and religion. From April to October, it's the rainy season in Thailand with hot and very humid weather, and it rains almost every day, so the best months to visit Bangkok are November to February. This is a tourist season and it lasts until the end of February. Currency, Thai baht. $1 is 33 Thai baht.
Вот так выглядят денежки. Мне очень удобно считать, потому что 1 к 1 в турецкой лире, а в Турции я жила 2 года.
Religion, Buddhism, 93% and 4% are Muslims, and it is interesting to visit Buddhist temples located all around the city, all covered with gold. You can spot golden stupas everywhere. Language is Thai. A funny note about Thai English. I've traveled a lot over the past 3 years and I found it tricky to understand Thai English. People are speaking different English. This accent is very strong and very hard to understand. Sharing comments, by the way, down below. Maybe your opinion differs from mine. Accommodation, where to stay, where to live. This is Sukhumvit area, which consists of 3 main parts: Upper Sukhumvit, Lower Sukhumvit, and Middle Sukhumvit. Lower Sukhumvit is more for quiet living, for lack of noise, and the middle one is for young people, colorful, stylish, with higher rent payment respectively. I stayed at the Samala Hotel. It was important for me to have a rooftop with a pool, with a gym, and healthy breakfast included. If the gym isn't so important for you, you can find much fancier options for the same price, but I highly recommend you to book in advance. I booked a few days before my trip, so I didn't have so many options.
Неплохо, неплохо. Маленький такой. И, в принципе, все. Все, и вот я чай себе готовлю. А сейчас мы смотрим, какой же здесь джим. Многообещанный. По каким критериям? Вау! Я выбирала джим. В принципе, меня все устраивает. Посмотрите, какая. Так называется, по каким критериям я выбирала отель. Конечно же, если здесь есть зал. В принципе, миниатюрный зал. Если я люблю кушать, то я должна бегать. Ну и силовые тут, конечно, какие-то они, маленькие, но есть.
Let's speak about nightlife. Welcome to Nana Plaza, the red light district of Bangkok. I went there directly after checking into my hotel. The area was recommended by my guide from South Africa. Here you can find everything from Ladyboys to ping pong shows of Thai girls. The most vibey place in the area that was recommended to me is the strip club called Spankies, named from the word spank. The point is you can see cute Thai female dancers who might let you spank them lightly with a rubber bat. You can also order for them some drinks, cocktails, and maybe do more things for an extra charge, who knows. It was my first time in such a place and it was quite fun. I even spanked the cutest Thai girl dancing on the table on the stage right in front of my face. Surprisingly, the audience there consisted of mostly tiny Chinese guys or even of Asian couples. That was surprisingly for me. Unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to film there, although I tried. You just have to see it with your own eyes. Let's move on to the topic of weed gummies. Gummy bears in Bangkok became my first experience with weed in general. Let me explain one thing for those who don't get me. Cannabis is fully legalized in Bangkok, and coffee shops with all kinds of substances are literally located on every corner, each with its own perfect marketing, and yeah, that's great.
Hi, Herb Club. Посмотрите, какая красота. Один краше другого магазин.
I chose the fanciest place where you can openly shoot videos, consult with the managers about the products, and try your purchases right there at the separate tables. There is also an information and visual interpretation about each type, dosage, recommendation, and much more.
Рассказываю, здесь есть разные бренды, и они с разными эффектами. Мои знакомые пробовали мишки, вид гаммис они называются, поэтому я решила тоже взять их. Тут очень много на самом деле всяких шопов, но я выбрала самый цивилизованный, самый цивильный, самый эстетичный, где много людей, где они разрешают снимать.
Cannabis can be consumed in different forms, but after unsuccessful attempts of smoking it for several times, I didn't feel anything. I decided that smoking wasn't for me, and eating something sweet, however, sounds more pleasant. Gummy bears are much more interesting and, of course, delicious. Look, there are several packs for beginners, intermediates, and advanced users. The recommended dosage for beginners is 5 mg per gummy.
Будем пробовать. Я даже не знаю, чего ожидать.
Each pack, regardless of difficulty level, contains 3 gummies, so I started with a green one for beginners and ate 1 gummy out of 3. After waiting for an hour and feeling nothing, I ate this second one. Still nothing felt. I decided that it was enough for the day and went to sleep disappointed. The next day, I came back to the coffee shop and bought the intermediate pack. Each gummy contained already 10 milligrams. I ate gummy again, then still nothing after an hour, then the second, and I decided to eat the green one I had from the day before. So I ended up consuming about 25 milligrams and plus 2 or 3 milligrams more, which I chopped from another gummy. I tried so hard because it was my last night in Thailand, so it would have been disappointing not to feel anything after all. And finally, I reached the effect. I wandered around the shopping mall, desperate that nothing worked on me, went to a fancy restaurant, I'll leave location in the description, and ordered a fatty pasta there. I had read that you can achieve the effect faster if you consume fats. After eating pasta, it hit me at once. It was something different. It was a different world. Like you in vacuum for some time, and firstly it started overwhelming me. I started being a little paranoid, but when I wrote my friends and asked if it was a proper feeling, if it feels right, they wrote me that it was good, and I started letting it go. And yeah, this experience was so different for me because I never experienced such things. You just feel everything better. Like I was eating snacks, and it was the most delicious thing I ever eaten. I listened to music in my head, and it was like only this music exists, and nothing more exists except for my music. So yeah, every feeling increases, is stronger than anything you ever felt. Yeah, but definitely I did it only for research purpose, and I highly recommend you not to ever try it. It's only legalized in Bangkok, but it still have effect on your psyche, on your mind. So yes, I recommend you not to try it at all. And a tip, make sure the environment around you, including that one in your head, is calm or anxiety will overwhelm you. And the next chapter after Gummies is medical healthcare. I highly recommend the Venthani Hospital. This video is not sponsored, just in case. Anyways, the service and high standards here reminded me of the best private clinics in Moscow or even international clinics in Bali. They offer a wide range of medical services and the prices are comparable to Moscow ones. Everything there is modern, very convenient, and staff and very affable, friendly. So yeah, I definitely recommend you to visit clinic to make some checkups there if you're living in Bali, because in Bali there is a very expensive medicine here. Let's move on to shopping part. In the business area of the city, there is an Icon Siam, the largest shopping center where you can find everything, but it's quite far from Sukhumvit, so I'll tell you about other malls. I found a district project in Sukhumvit area. It unites 3 big centers, Emporium, an elite one where you can find Dior, Chanel, Prada. They are all introduced here. M Quartier. Here you can find designer stores plus unordinary architecture. And the new one, Avant-Garde M Sphere. My favorite, to be honest. It was open in the end of 2023. It's full of bright colors, extraordinary design solutions, and main thing, you will find here every single cuisine from all over the world.
Вот здесь на карте все торговые центры рядом. M-Quarter, Emporium. И вот сейчас я иду в эту M-сферу.
Move on to food. Thai cuisine didn't seem very healthy to me at first, as it was very spicy and fatty. Every dish had tons of oil. Firstly, I decided not to try it much, but what I tried was local pork fried rice, the wonderful mango sticky rice dessert, and the durian ice cream.
Здесь рекомендацию, где попробовать настоящую тайскую еду. В общем, я заказала попробовать milk green tea и какой-то просто рыбный суп. Мне принесли суп с рисом и с рыбой. Просто рис и просто рыба. Вот я люблю, когда еда понятная, ничего лишнего. То есть там нет тонны масла. Мне сказали, что мне надо обязательно попробовать краб-ролл. Вот это. Иначе будет, как будто я была в Италии, но не ела итальянскую пиццу. Вот, собственно, что мне сказали обязательно, must have, обязательно каждый должен попробовать. Это свинина и рис с яйцом. Тоже неплохо, но уже очень остро.
And let me tell you about my best culinary experience in Thailand. Delicious mango sticky rice. It's sticky rice, coconut milk, and chopped mango on the side. The best combination. The rice is very soft and sticky because it's cooked with coconut milk and then poured over with it. Sweet lovers, you will enjoy it definitely.
I also bought durian ice cream for the first time of my life. The taste was just okay, but I wouldn't try it next time.
By the way, when I was at local eatery, I'll leave the name and address in the description. I noticed that they always give you a fork and spoon instead of a fork and knife, and no chopsticks. Okay, next chapter is rooftops and observation desks. Take the metro or taxi and go ahead to Sathorn area. Empire Tower, this is where we'll go. You need to find a nice futuristic Arabica cafe. From that observation point, you can admire the view of whole Bangkok with its most famous skyscraper.
It's named Maka Nakhon.
It has a pixelated facade and it is the tallest building of the city. It looks as if it's made of cubes and as if the building hasn't been completed.
Maka Nakhon has its own observation point. You can go there and it will cost you around 900 baht.
And another option I mentioned, you can observe the city view from the Empire Tower, Arabica Cafe.
Ну что, этот лайфхак работает. Можно просто пить кофе, Вот с таким видом. И сама кофейня очень красивая, приятная. Я просто в каком-то белом будущем. Туристично очень.
Parks in Bangkok. It's nice, really nice to realize how much attention is paid here to active people, nature. Lumpini and Binchakiti are the most famous two parks. The parks are located in the city center, so you can enjoy the skyscrapers while taking a catamaran ride. By the way, free catamarans are available in Lumpini Park and admiring nature. Running tracks, suspension bridges, and variety of planted flowers, cycle paths, and both parks are connected to each other. That's a huge advantage. By the way, later I learned that huge varans lived in Lumpini Park, although I didn't see any of them. But I wasn't looking for them because I didn't know of that. Just go there and find varans next time you are here.
Никто никуда не спешит, никто никуда не несется, хотя мы находимся в шумном мегаполисе.
Transportation. Let's start with metro. There are three types of metro. The elevated called BTS, which connects important commercial and tourist areas. The underground called MRT, the city center with the outskirts. And both systems have, of course, transfer points. For one-time trips, I use tokens. You need to select the start and end point, and at the end of the trip, you discard your token, and the price exactly depends on the distance you traveled. So if you accidentally go further, the turnstile will not open for you when you discard the token. So you'll have to pay the difference to metro staff.
Вот, я вышла в правильном месте. Никого не обманула.
And the third type, I didn't mention before, connects the center with the airports. You can also experience a taxi, but it's quite not speedy because everything is stuck there. You can experience also tuk-tuks. It's a carriage attached to motorcycle, but the driver will definitely charge you 200 baht to 600 baht or more for just a 10-minute ride. So negotiate the price as hard as you can, because that's how they make money on daily basis. That's their job. A historical part. Old Town. Rattanakosin Island is a cultural center with historical monuments. Here you can find the Royal Palace, the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, the Temple of the Reclining Buddha with a 46-meter-long statue, and Vatarun Temple. You can pick any or make a route of several temples and visit it for a day.
By the way, this part of the city reminded me European cities, so it's interesting to see the differences. So yeah, I was satisfied coming there. It's worth it.
Then in the area of Vatarun Temple, I suddenly spotted children's school.
А вот здесь сидит школьный директор. Смотрите, даже компьютерный класс у них есть.
The last but not the least chapter, Moto chapter. Since in Bali motorcycles are freely available, but there are almost no shops with gear and helmets, I decided to have a Moto-day in Bangkok to dedicate all my day to motorbikes. Here you can stop by the Alpenstar shop when you can buy knee pads, elbow pads, special jackets, protection gear, stylish gloves, boots. There is also a Harley-Davidson dealership where you can buy a motorcycle if needed, or just stroll around, look at the bikes and buy some Harley branded clothing. My goal was to find an AGV helmet with European certification. I visited 3-4 shops, but either they didn't have my size or the color. Another thing I noticed while trying to call all the motor shops, hardly anyone here uses WhatsApp. It's almost impossible to book or clarify anything calling from abroad. Websites are in Thai and aren't adapted to other languages. The English-speaking staff here leaves much to be desired. But on the other hand, it's clear that Thai people don't depend on tourist traffic. Their economy, unlike Bali's, doesn't rely solely on tourists, but has other sources of income. And yeah, I've already mentioned Thai English. If the person speaks English, you still can hardly get what he wants to express. Summary. I've been to many mega cities and always felt lonely there. I felt lack of coziness and calm vibe, and there were no trees in Jakarta, Kuala Lumpur, but not in Bangkok. This large city surprised me with its contrast of culture and architecture a lot. Its abundance of nature, its variety of entertainment, its freedom in laws, its endlessly kind and sincere people, as well as its cleanliness in streets. These aspects are important for long-term living. You can definitely consider Bangkok as a potential base for living, where you can have everything at a good price and quality. If you enjoy bustling life with a nation vibe, but don't consider island vibe, consider Bangkok. It's truly worth it. Yeah? My next country is South Africa, so see you soon. Subscribe to this channel to see vlogs from Johannesburg and Cape Town as well.